All right, let's do this. Hey, salutations, kindred spirits. Happy Wednesday. And hey, I'm happy to report the magic distribution system is alive and well at conjure.com and in my magi multiverse. Benny Weber, I'm packing your things. Benny won the giveaway last week, got a $50 default prize gift certificate at conjure.com. Here's what he chose for the record. Not that you needed to know, but you also get swag. So it's the new cat stickers. So yeah, Benny, congratulations. Making sure I'm not flashing your address. This will be in the mail to you tomorrow morning because I've been so busy today. Man, we've got a mega event happening tomorrow. I say it's a mega event. For me, it's mega at learnsleightofhand.com. I'll talk about that more in just a minute. Let me also mention Zacco the Great. He was the winner of our deck of the week last week. I opened these. No, I didn't. I opened these. These are the B92s. Man, I ordered some of these for conjure.com. They'll be in this week. Love these cards. These are going in my bag of tricks for a borderless card. You want to do a little false dealing, little second deal, little bottom deal work. This is the best I found. This is what I'm going to stick with. And George, those are on your way to Texas. If you guys want to know what the bees look like, this is not your deck of the week, but you can take a look at these fancy cards. I actually dig these. I don't dig them for the purpose I had in mind of doing false dealing routines, but wow, the aesthetic on these cards is fantastic. These are it's the B Murphy's, it's Cherry Casino B collaboration. And, sadly, these are $18. Like if this was even 12 or even 15, I could consider it. I don't know why you got to charge $18 for like a deck of cards that people would like to use in their life. But who's wealthy enough to use $18 cards all the time? I can open them and admire them. I'll show you the key cards that some people might be interested in. There's the Jokers and the Ace of Spades. The other faces are all pretty much just standard like bicycle court card faces. What did I grab here? Mm-hmm. So yeah, and this is actually a black. Oh no, these are the blue cherries. And I actually got a sale on these through Murphy. So I picked up this deck to test drive it. So it's a nice collab. And there's your Jokers. And this is your bonus deck unboxing. The actual deck of the week this week is the new bicycle cat deck. I'm going to give away one of these and also the dog deck, which is not here yet. It's on the way. But in my quest to find the manliest cards in the land, my man radar led me to this deck. Oh, it might be broken. Of course, this will be one of many cat decks in my collection because, yes, I'm a crazy cat person. If you know, you know. Conjure.com if you want to support the merch. Man, I haven't even looked at the chat. I've been so self-absorbed with my own thing. Mike Smith's over there waving. Dr. Bob made it back. Dan Riddle's in the house. What's up, Dan? Good to see you. Rock Lobster. Love Shack. We love B-52s in our universe. What's up, Robert? Good to see you. Hello, Kevin. Meow. Scott Link. Man, Scott Link making waves in the short form fields. I saw you over there dipping your toe in the video pond, brother. It's a good move for you. Yeah, Robert, I agree, but I wouldn't mind having a drooling pet in my universe, but I got to get my wife home for that. And I know there's a lot of dog lovers, so I figured I better open the dog deck as well. So, and yo, Jesse, what's happening? All right, where was I? I got a list. Magic Distribution Center. George, you got your cards. Maybe I'll open these later. Like I got some cool stuff to do today, and I don't want to like go right into this. I thought about doing some magic, but speaking of cats, man, I'm just now healing my my oldest one, the best one, St. John Bosco Jr. III, named after the patron saint of magic. He launched off me the other day. He left me wounded, so I just haven't been doing much magic the last few days while I heal up. What's on the list here, though? Oh, I know what we're going to do. Here's what we're going to do today. Trivia. think y'all enjoy a little trivia. What I've been doing over at learnsleightoфhand.com is familiarizing myself with the quiz tools. I do have the ability to make quizzes. I've done a couple. I shared one on the forums over there last week. Is this better? Is this better? And so I thought today I would build one that hasn't been shown before, and and everyone will have our beta preview, because that's what we're doing right now over at learnsleightoфhand.com. We're in beta month. If you care to go join, you get a great deal. Let's see what Mike's asking over here. Doug, does your course work that you talk about over here cover the second and third phase of your card and coin matrix? Yes. And within the year, the courses will basically have everything I know. I'm going to do the info dump at learnsleightoфhand.com. If you're not familiar yet, I don't know why you wouldn't be. I've been talking about it for a couple of weeks here. This is where I'm teaching magic. We've got a free space to learn in the public library. We've got forums and a blog. Oh man, I'm really actually, y'all should go read this. The look, like this is what I want the blog to be. This article here, and look, there I am without a hat. 17-year-old Doug Kahn about to go rock the mall. Go read this article and make yourself a better magician. And let me go back a couple pages to the quiz. I'm not just going to blabber on about the jam. Y'all can go check it out if you feel like it. Look, there's some unsolicited testimony from Adonis. All right, Keystone, but we're going to need a note. You can take a note. You can write your own note, actually. I will accept your own note. Zebo's ready to go deep diving in Q&A instead of doing trivia. I dig it. The answer to that question, tips on transitioning. Should I use a hook line, try to have tricks that relate to one another? Yeah, of course you should. I mean, here's what I do in general is look for 3 tricks that work well together. Like someone just mentioned the matrix. I might start with a card and coin matrix and say, well, that's too confusing with 4 cards. Let's just use 2. Well, that's too many cards. Let's just use none. I'll just do it with the hands. So now I got 3 tricks kind of flow well together. And, of course, the presentation is what makes or breaks the difference. Makes or breaks the difference. All right, so anyway, here we go. Sleight of hand, learnsleightoфhand.com quiz. This is linked in the forum. So if you go to the site and find the forums, if you're registered, you can find this quiz. Let's get started. Probably 10 minutes, 10 questions. In this quiz, we'll take a look at some influential magi who got their start on the street. Can you name them all? So I'm hoping that, there are multiple choice quizzes, and I'm not really looking for a winner here, but if you can tell me who this is before we get to the multiple choice, you get bonus points. I'm going to make some notes here of David. You should see the 11-year-olds I see these days. The age doesn't matter. This artist was a pioneer of modern street magic. He was busking New York City streets. David knows who it is right off the bat. It is Jeff Sheridan. We're going to mark down a point for David Miller. And if you're on the website and curious what happens, you have multiple choice answers here. If you pick the right one, it's not Richard Sullivan or Gazzo. It is Jeff Sheridan. Then you progress to the next question. And, I got to be careful here. I expect everyone to know this immediately, but you have to remember that not everyone is in my universe. So, there's going to be some beginners that go to the site and don't know who this is. And I'm just going to answer this one for you. This world traveler, the king of street magicians, he's influenced countless magicians in his life. I'm one of them. He was a devoted student of Slidini and author of an incredible street magic book called The Royal Touch. He wrote a couple books, but y'all know it's Cellini, right? I mean, Jerry Salzar is cool. Walter Scott didn't do busking. Amazing Randy might have done busking, but we don't know. All right, so here's what I got to do. I got to put it on me like this and then get to the next question. Yeah, see, I know you know. Everyone starts throwing the name out as soon as you see the picture. Of course, it's Cellini, but imagine you don't know much about busking and you're a student at learnsleightofhand.com. You want to learn about the history of some of the greats, and then you can go through something like this, and it makes the learning experience fun, hopefully, because it takes me time to build these things. So I hope someone's enjoying them. Let me advance to the next question. It's number 3 of 8, and we're looking to score 100 here. I hope you guys know this guy too. He's still around. So here we are. Another New Yorker who pioneered street magic. This guy was doing it, I think, in the late 70s. His 3-ring routine is infamous, and his thumb tip work is legendary. He's the guy who started doing the red silk vanish on the street. This is an opener that I use. Still use it. Classic effect. This entertainer is still going strong in the 70s, actively working major magic venues across the country. We love this, that in the 70s, he's still going strong. And yeah, Mike knows who it is. He's given everyone a little breadcrumb. He just fooled Penn and Teller here. If you don't know, maybe these names will give you some hints. It's either Salazar, we like Salazar, maybe McBride, or it's probably not Jeff, Chris Capehart, or Earl Presto, one of those gentlemen there. Well, I'm surprised there's not even a guess here. Mike, you want maybe this? Maybe I'll just give it to everyone, and it's Chris Capehart, folks. I'm going to win this prize, and if you haven't seen Chris Capehart work, you might want to fix that. Chris is performing at magic conventions and magic venues around the country. Like, I know you might see him at Chicago Magic Lounge or Magic Castle, or, if he's on your radar, go check it out. And it is Chris. Mike Smith, you were kind enough not to blurb the answer out there, but man, imagine that. 50 years of magic, starting on the street, still going strong. What a wonderful art form to be a part of. And yeah, Chris is actually a lot of people's favorite magician. True story. All right, what about this guy? This comedy magician busked I don't know if this sentence is correct. He busked the Shell Game and Monty in New Orleans and San Francisco. He was one of my earliest inspirations. What's up, Nick? Thank you for that, Reg. The resub. Bang, bang. I was hoping if I used an older picture that maybe you guys would be stymied for a minute, but no, of course it's Harry Anderson. After transitioning to a successful career in comedy venues, he moved on to TV shows like Saturday Night Live, Cheers, and of course Night Court. Eventually, he'd moved back into New Orleans. This picture of him is in his club, Oswald's, and if you look in this picture in the background, you'll see a street performer's table on the stage. So it's not Mark Wilson. I love that I have Bill Bixby on this list. Whit Hayden did street magic, but it is Harry Anderson. And if you don't know, we'll just go on to this one. If you don't know it's Harry, then whatever. I love this picture, and I love this question. Name the duo that got their start street performing. It should be in the Asparagus Valley Cultural Society. Adonis, bang. Quick to the draw. Give Adonis a point. If everyone gets 1 point, I don't need to award an official winner, so that would be cool. Yeah, these guys busking in the early years as the Asparagus Valley Cultural Society. And the Bad Boys of Magic, of course, eventually rose to become one of the top magic acts of all time. Still going strong today. It's the Houdini brothers. Of course, it's Penn and Teller. Asparagus Valley Cultural Society. Okay, we learned last time that we have to do this before the page turns, when you get extra clues. I think this man is relevant enough for you to know him by his image, but as we reach the midpoint of this quiz-like experience, you having fun? Is this enjoyable? Thumbs up, thumbs down, more or less, let me know. If you're watching the stream afterwards, you can vote with a like. You can hit the like button now. That's organic. And maybe leave a comment, constructive criticism about how I can make these better. This is the second quiz I've done on the site. The first one is on linguistic, leisure domain linguistics. And if you go to Learn Sleight of Hand, maybe you can find it. Eventually, they'll all be hosted on a page. And eventually, they'll all be part of the courses that I offer as you go through like Card Magic 101. At the end of the course, it'll wrap up with the quiz and it'll, lock in some of the solid magic I'm looking to drill into your brains over there. Still in beta, still working it out. Come get in cheap before I get expensive. It's going up 10% every month. In August, it'll be more expensive by 10%. In September again, and then it won't be any cheaper than that till the end of, never mind. Enough marketing. Back to the quiz. Here's another comedian who got his start performing edgy magic and sideshow antics on the streets of San Francisco in the 1970s. I might have to ban, but David Miller was first. David Miller was first. Might have to ban David Miller from all the contest. He's obviously too good of a typer. It's probably only, we need some like Jeopardy buttons or something like that to give people a chance to buzz in. Anyway, but we're learning, we're having fun. This man, indeed, he transitioned to comedy clubs and Vegas resorts like the Golden Nugget and the Sahara. He had long residencies at this place. Similar, but no, it is Jonathan Ziels. I tried to trick you up, but I take Amazing Jonathan. It's a trick answer there. It's the Amazing Jonathan. I'll click to the next page, but first. Did he say but no one said his real name, Mike. No one gave the actual answer. I forgot I did that. I forgot I did a trick question on that one, so shame on me but yeah, AJ, Amazing Jonathan. I don't know. David still gets the point. All right, let's see who gets this one. This magician from Cincinnati, Ohio, initiated Doug Kahn into street performing in 1987. Renowned for his high energy performances, linking rings, cups and balls. Pretty much anything this man does is high energy. If you can put his name into the chat, you'll make my day. There, Adonis knows. Adonis, I'm giving you 2 points for that answer. Adonis gets 2 points for knowing one of the most loving bros in my Magi multiverse. Who are your answers here? It's amazing how much Tom looks like Paul Swinford. And actually, all of these guys were influences in my life in Cincinnati as a young man. Paul Swinford was a mentor to me in like restaurant magic and just how to be a gentleman magician. Brett Wolf was a couple years younger than me, one of the hot shot kids in Cincinnati. He left this world too early, but man, talk about a creative force. He went off to work for David Copperfield, as did Homer Leewag, who is still with David and just one of the pioneers of some of the most amazing, particular coin magic, but all kinds of magic. If you don't know Homer, I don't know why you don't, but I was fortunate to hang out with him when he was a creative mind in his teens. And then here's the guy who said, "Hey, Doug, are you busking?" And this was at the Taste of Cincinnati. Tom Frank invited me to share a pitch with him. And that weekend changed my life. I never went back to work, made more money that weekend than I'd make it a whole week at my job. And he's the man. And I'm not the only man's life he's changed. He's been influential in many magicians' universe. And you could do worse in your life than go like get a Tom Frank product like cups and balls. You know, it's really good. His routine with the rings, the Jack Miller rendition of the poetry with the raven. So good. So yeah. Mike's reminiscing. You were at the closing of Haynes' House of Cards, my weekend jam. What's up, Rabbi? Yeah, it's good to see you. Happy to see kindred spirits who submit beta reports, bug issues. We're making this site a better place with people like you, buddy. Thank you. If you find something wrong on the site, let me know and I try and fix it. What's next? Come on now. Does anyone need to? Everyone knows this guy. Who can type in the name fastest? This comedic busker is known for his cups and balls and insult humor. It's kind of what he is. He's a comedian, insult humor. And here's the byline. I imagine this man has performed the most magic shows in the history of magic. Like no one else is even close. No one's even close to the number of shows that Gazzo, I'm tempted to say a last name here, but I'm not sure which one's real. Gazzo's performed the most shows. Iconic street performer, still going strong today. Man, he has just come back from a third stroke. And English, did I get it wrong? I thought I was reading Gazzo claims he has the moist. It's the most. He has to, though. The man doesn't stop. And sometimes it's 10 shows a day, and sometimes it's 300 shows a year. And I don't know anybody who's been doing it longer. The picture I had to start with had Gazzo at 18 out there busking with a ponytail. Still doing it today. I think it was in Key West a few months ago. No way that Cosmo is not even close. We love Cosmo. He almost made this list, but I tried to pick the most influential to me, and maybe Cosmo might have been the 12th on this list. I only had room for 10, and I put a bonus question in. So, yeah, all right. So yeah, Gazzo. Let me get past Gazzo. Hold on. We're coming down the home stretch, and then I'll talk about a couple more things before I open these cat cards and give them away. So, boink. Ooh, here's a fun one. Okay, so here's an interesting challenge down the left pathway. Charlie Caper. And if you don't know that name, you need to fix that, because Charlie is like the Tommy Wonder of our generation. Tommy Wonder is a renowned street magician known for his incredible sleight of hand and charming performances. Also robot magic, but yeah. So here's the question. In what international talent competition did he gain recognition, eventually winning the show? Charlie Caper won a talent competition. And which one was it that would kind of skyrocket him from the streets, from the busk, from the pitch, and then into certainly national recognition? And Mike, you're in the ballpark. I want to give you a point. Can you give me the show? I mean, I say he's from Sweden. And sadly, Jack sniped the answer. Sweden's Got Talent. Jack Wise in for the point. And Jack, you might be too far behind David Miller or Adonis. Let's see. I think there's 2 questions left. So let me go to the answers here. We had America's Got Talent, Fool Us, Sweden's Got Talent, or The Gong Show. Was it The Gong Show? No, it was Sweden's Got Talent. Oh, I was so close. It was Sweden's Got Talent. Oh, well, like you wouldn't know this one. Okay, let's just breeze right through this one. There will be no points awarded on this question, but if you don't know Blaine, and some students won't when they come to me, while not traditional busking, this man's version of street magic changed the face of modern magic. I should have used magic one more time in this question. This should be a gimme, and the misses here are worthy of an honorable mention. Let's look at the misses. So yeah, David Blaine is a gimme. It's not Cyril Takayama, who you really should look at if you like this style of street magic. He might have done it better than anyone on this list. Chris Angel, the most prolific mind freak that ever freaked a mind. Dynamo, the young street performer from the UK who transitioned into his Magic Impossible shows and gained national acclaim. And then here's the guy that changed Magic as we know it, young David Blaine. Navigated his way into a TV studio, told people they should put the camera on the audience, and they've been doing it that way ever since. He let people know what close-up magic could be, and we thank him for that, and so many more other things. Yes, Nick, but sadly it's irrelevant. Everybody knows Blaine, but maybe the total noobs don't. And this, Blaine's getting older. Maybe in 5 years, no one's talking about him anymore, but we'll be talking about him at Learn Sleight of Hand because he was like so instrumental into letting really the world know what close-up magic is. All right, here's our last question. Good luck, everyone. And here's the question. This busking guru authored To Lure with Spectacle and currently publishes a street performing Substack. That sounds cool. He's also one of my very best friends. True story. And he's going to be your next guest on the next Learn Sleight of Hand webinar. Oh, what a segue. Join us at 7:18. That's tomorrow at 8 p.m. 7:18 at 8 p.m. I knew I should have banned David Miller. I knew you were going to get that one. I knew no one had a chance. I knew everyone was probably going to get it, but I figured that David was going to be the fastest typer. All right. Well, guess what, David Miller? You've just won a cat deck and a dog deck. I'll send them both to you next week. I was going to do the StreamYard giveaway tool, but no time for that. Plus this, David Miller, bless your heart. David always spends money at conjure.com. So when I'm giving things away, especially if you've done well on the contest, I'm going to lean more towards the people that support me. I'm going to support you right back. So thanks, David, for being in my multiverse. As mentioned, you will get a dog deck and a cat deck, and I'll send those to you next week once the dog decks are in. There's the horrible pull tab that I can never make work. So again, and I'm sure David Miller is going to be happy to have pink playing cards in his life. Oh, these are cute. And I know where these are going to go. They're going to go right to my wife, who is not only a cat person, but a lover of anything pink. Hey, speaking of Jimmy Talks a Lot, once I go through these cards, I'll give you a little preview of what's going on with the webinar, and we'll wrap it up. We'll wrap it up with that. Yeah. How long have we been going here today? Got a couple of 30 minutes. That sounds about right. All right. I think who coined these meowgical? Paul Mazing. There's your jokers. Oh, man. That is so cute. So these are the bicycle cards. It's from the Bicycle Playing Card Company. Any of your favorite card distributors should have these. I've learned my lesson. I can't keep up with the masses. I'm not going to try and carry all the new decks at conjure.com. You're going to have to figure that out on your own. You probably got a favorite place to buy decks anyway. You want this cat deck, go to your favorite magic store that's not conjure.com. Oh, look at that. They're so cute. Cans of cat interspersed. There's so much character on the cards, little fish bowls. Oh, man. Okay. Maybe the wife won't get these. I actually like these cards a lot. I can't believe there's like different things on each of the pips. Generally with a vanity deck, they'll put like just one theme on the spades, on the suits, but maybe not have a unique piece of artwork on each one. I'd be impressed if it goes that way through the whole deck. It's probably the same artwork on each of the pips. There's your queen, the queen of cats. And if this were the house here, this would be Psy. We call Psy the king. Oh yeah, cat in the box. Oh man, I'm definitely going to need to make like a short with these. So yeah, as expected, the extras on the cards are repeated, so we can go through these fairly quickly, and then just look at the court cards again. If you're a cat person, hey Jimmy Ferrister, I know they're pink, but come on now, I can see just Jimmy using these. Oh, look at the puns. They're real. Who else has got one? Perfection. Michael. It really does, right? It's like these cards. So now I'm excited to see the dog cards. I bet the dog ones are just going to be spectacular, but the dog ones are blue, so a little more manly. Curious what the extra cards they include are. Yeah, we love these. David, you'll get a sealed deck of these, and your dog cards will be sealed. Oh, that's kind of cute. Little thing on the head. And what do they include in addition to the... So there's no advertising cards, there's no extra cards, no double facers or double backers, just the 2 jokers that are included with the deck. And that's what those look like. So yeah, what a cute deck. I wonder how it handles. We'll give this just a brief shuffle. Let's give it the Pharaoh check. I feel just maybe a little bit rough cut, like maybe it's not the primoest of edge cuts. How do they fan? Fine. Not a really appealing fan. You can't see a lot of the... Oh, that's pretty good. Yeah, that's all right. You do it a ribbon spread before we shuffle them. It's kind of cute how the pink hearts show up. I'll reverse spread it this way. Same way, but on the other side. If I reverse fan it, what happens? So that's a reverse fan. Typically, this makes a deck blank, but in this deck, it does this. And if you want a Pharaoh check, we're not giving this deck an F, Nick. We can downgrade it to a B- maybe, but I'm not going to go below that. This deck is cool. I didn't look at the price on these, but I think they're reasonably priced at like... okay, my cut was off by 1, but the shuffle's pretty good. So, yeah, they feel fine. Like I'm sure you'd be happy to have these in your universe. I don't like to do this too much with my vanity cards. It bends them up. But this has been your new Bicycle cat card unboxing. It's your deck of the week. Thank you, Bicycle. Although I paid for it myself. Also paid for the cards that David Miller is going to get. I have your address because I ship things to you regularly. Thank you, David Miller. Hey, if you'd like to have things ship things right? If you would like to have things shipped regularly to you as well, you can go over to conjure.com. It's actually, I could mention this today too. It's Prime Day, and I saw some other online businesses like doing a Prime sale. So this will be the last day I have things on sale, probably for like a month. So if you are interested in shopping at conjure.com, you have 10% off your order, and I'll throw some swag in your bag as well. Some little stickers and I don't know, maybe a gaff card or something like this. Maybe you want a cat shirt. This is cool. The Insta box. Maybe you want that. I don't know. If you want to save 10%, support the JM, get yourself something nice, do that. Option number 2, join learnsleightoфhand.com. If you join Learn Sleight of Hand, guess what? You get you get emails in your box, and you'll learn about things like what we're doing tomorrow. And I gave my YouTube members access to this, and in the community tab, if you look at the most recent community tab, you'll find a link to this email, which is a web page also. And it talks about our live magic webinar featuring Jimmy Talks a Lot. We're going to talk about openers. This covers everything kind of on the agenda, and it's got some links that get you to the forum where you can register an account and get the get really complimentary access to this session. Future sessions, once we're out of beta, certainly will be behind a paywall and not accessible to the public, but I'm giving it to my YouTube members, and I'm giving it to any kindred spirit that can find the link and register for it by tomorrow evening. Here's some great news. I was on the thing, and I said, "Hey, sir, could you participate?" And the sir said, "Yes, I can. I'll send you a video." I really wanted this gentleman to join us for the live seminar with Jimmy. We'll both be live tomorrow in a situation on StreamYard, but behind a paywall. And this young man said, "Well, I can send you a video. I have plans that night. I'm going to be at the Magic Castle with some higher ups doing important business. And I'm going to leave everything a little mysterious and encourage anyone that has an interest, certainly in street performing, and definitely if you have an interest in opening effects for not just street performing, but any challenging situation, or we'll be covering a wide variety of openers as I open our webinar to you. And you can go find that in the forums at learnsleightoфhand.com. So it'll be me, Jimmy Talks a Lot, video from a special guest, Q&A before the show and post-show, and then we do about 30, 45 minutes of intensive learning. I'm sure you're going to walk away with something. I had literal goosebumps listening to this instructional video from our guest seminar. Did I say precipitate? Yes, Jeff, it is a little bit too late for that. Jesse, I've already allocated an extra cat shirt for you, and you need one in gray, and you will get one, but you don't have to buy it. I'll make sure you get another one. I love that you're wearing my shirt on the shorts and stuff. All right, what's left? Do you have any questions about anything I talked about today? I know I blabber kind of quick and jump around a lot, but I think I've got everything on my list. We're going to have a heck of a magic party tomorrow. If you want to review the quiz or share it with a friend, I think I put the link on the front page of conjure.com under the news. I'm sorry, it's learnsleightoфhand.com. I have more than one site to talk about now. Nope. You'll have to go to the forums to find the links to the quizzes. No, Nick, you have special privileges, but you don't get double secret special privileges. Only just regular special privileges. What else is in my radar here? I have a huge box of magic coming this week. I actually almost delayed this stream. I'm going to do a pretty big unboxing. Maybe I'll just wait till next week. I've got some new cups coming in. I've got the new the tricolor effect, which has been on my radar, and I definitely want to get into that piece. We've got some new jumbo ESP cards and some silks coming in. So maybe I'll do a little unboxing next week, go through some of that stuff. Keystone wants to know if I knew Harry Anderson. You know, I did get to befriend Harry Anderson. I don't know that too many people really knew Harry Anderson. I knew a few people did. We were close enough that, you know, he would ask about me when I wasn't around. So that was nice to hear. But yeah, I had a shop in the French Quarter when Harry Anderson moved to town to open his, started as a private shop, moved into a retail space, a sideshow shop. It wasn't just magic. It was all kinds of variety art. And then he opened Oswald's, the performance club. So yeah, yes. And boy, what an experience that was to have my childhood hero enter my life as an acquaintance later in life. Pretty cool. Yeah, didn't I mention on the Discord, Nick, that I was going to test drive some of these Silk King Studio silks, get some bigger silks in the store. I also have some 18-inch diamond cuts. Like what the silks that I've been carrying for thumb tip magic. We talked about Chris Capehart vanishing a silk in a thumb tip. This is a diamond cut 12-inch silk. And the idea, oh, I'm sorry, that's a regular 12-inch. I lied. So this is a diamond cut silk, which has the same volume as a a 12-inch, but because it's diamond cut in diagonal, it's longer and looks bigger when you're waving it around, but still fits in the thumb tip fine. Also, if you turn it inside out, it's clear on the backside. So that's the advantage to the diamond cuts. But I know it's also red on the front, so that's the red side. I said I wasn't going to do magic, and I'm doing it anyway. If you pretend to poke it in, but just pretend, you can make it appear to disappear. And if you snap your finger, it comes right back. That's the mystery of the red silk. And the segue here is I want something bigger than this. I'm sure that an 18-inch diamond cut will fit into a standard vernet. I'm exposing here. This is a standard vernet. I put this thing in here. There's plenty of space left to put more. So getting some bigger diamond cut silks in. And yeah, that's silks. That's the silk questions. Bang. You want a good opener. You know what I use this for? Talking about openers, and I won't be talking about this tomorrow because it's not really sleight of hand. And I'm going to say sleight of hand focus. If I see a family coming down the street, this is in my pocket. Look, I've got an extra one in this vest. It's right here. This is my worker tip, actually. I prefer a vinyl tip for a couple different reasons. So what I do, this is the motion. Hey, I see him coming. Both hands go in. Thumb tip goes on. So this is my thumb tip entry as this comes out. Hey, folks, watch this trick. Send you down the street talking to yourself. Now, if I got a family with a small kid and they haven't been jaded by the thumb tip exposing, this is going to like just blow their minds. And then the little kid and his enthusiasm for the moment is going to ingratiate the family. They're going to see, even if they know how this trick works, they're going to see how enthralled little Jimmy is when Doug says, yeah, you just pretend to poke it in, but just pretend to poke it in. You don't really. And then if you snap the finger, it comes right back. That's what the one-hand reveal is supposed to look like. The kid gets wide-eyed, and then I say, yeah, Mom and Dad, and here, I got another one. Come to the table. We pull them over. We start our show. And even today, I promise you, this trick has merit as a crowd draw on the street. I was reviewing footage of Cellini recently. Cellini used it on the street. And yeah, good tricking. Available at conjure.com. $8. One of the best tricks in the world. $3 thumb tip, $3, so $6. Sam has the word. And when I'm really serious about drawing the crowd, and I kind of feel the same way, linking rings is my opener, not my favorite, and I'll change it soon. Yeah, like the linking rings has all the great elements for a strong street opener. It's got the sound and the flash, and people know it's magic, and that's exciting. But then it's this. It's hackneyed. It's got weight, right? It's a lot to carry around with you. And ideally, as we progress as artists, we find an original point of view that moves us away from classic routines that have been done for 100 years. And if not, the good news is the classics are classics for a reason. And if you do just present good magic, you're going to be just fine. But man, I love hearing Sam Osborne say, yeah, I use the classics, but not forever, because that's the mark of greatness. And we know that's happening in your world, young man. All right. So, yeah, I think that's enough questions. I think that's enough answers. Here's the last question. Hey, Doug, how's it going? Hey, Chris, what's up? It's going crazy busy. I still got a lot to do. I think that quiz I just did needs a little bit of, what do they call it? Tender loving care. Is that the words I'm looking for? I don't even know. So I'm going to go work on that. I got some screws and bolts to put together for the webinar tomorrow. And I will see some of you live at 7 p.m. Eastern, 8 p.m. Pacific at learnsleightoфhand.com webinar. Still time to register and attend. And if you are a Learn Sleight of Hand member, these webinars will be available for you after the stream. It's a perk. I hope you found some perks today. If you did, drop a like. I'll see you next week, Wednesday, 4 p.m. Ciao for now. Au revoir.